I'm Wayne. Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne. First thing I want to do before we get started is thank you for your time, as always. I did it because a long time ago, a friend of mine said to me, the most valuable thing anyone can give you is their time. So thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up. I know you probably have other things you could be doing right now. Thank you for being here. You have my commitment. I'll do my best to make sure your time is well spent. So thank you for showing up. If you're in real estate or considering getting into real estate, there are several things you need to know. And the first thing you need to know is real estate is not a career. It's not a job. It's a business. If you don't treat it like a business and run it like a business, you're soon going to be out of business. And the stats show that what I'm saying is true because 80% of the people that get into real estate fail within the first year. It's not their fault. It's just that the learning curve is so steep. We're taught in schools to be good employees and to get a good jobs, but you get in real estate, you have to be a good employer and build a good business. So there are things that when we're young and go to school that we're told we need to learn, and we're told when we learned it. Right? We have good scores. It means you memorize the material. When you become an adult, you need to decide for yourself what you need to learn. And this is why I say building a business, getting into a business is the best thing you can possibly do for yourself because it's like being in a personal growth workshop every day. You don't need to be told what to learn. The marketplace will tell you. If you're not generating sales, it means your marketing skills aren't up to where they need to be. If you generate leads and can't convert them, your sales skills are not where they need to be. If if your product is inferior, your marketing works and your sales system works and people buy your product and you return it, well, you got you got to learn about product improvement, quality control. There's always something to learn. And if you're open and receptive to getting better and to learning more and being more and having more, business is the best environment in the world to do all that because it's going to be in your face every day. And everything you're not very good at is going to come to the surface. And you have the opportunity to go learn what it is you don't know. So this is why I'm in business. I totally love it. I'm going to share with you today one of the things that has really made a pivotal impact in my business. So this is why we're called the Real Estate Business School. We're a business school for realtors. The other thing you need to know if you're getting in or if you're new, if you're in, you probably already know this. Your license guarantees you nothing. It's merely the entry fee you pay to get into the game. It does not give you the skills to play the game or to succeed and become wealthy in the game. So you need three types of education. The technical education required to pass the exam, the business education your clients expect you to have, and the financial education you're going to need to learn how to acquire property, maximize returns, and mitigate risk. So that's why we are a real estate business school. We teach all three types of education: technical, business, and financial. So the way to understand, so now that you're in the business, you got to learn to stay in the business. The way to do that is understand just like your home your home is a business. You have income, you have expenses, you have inventory, you have quality control, you have negotiations, you have customer service, you have products and services. It's a business. And most homes are not treated like a business, and that's why some are chaotic. However, those that are run well, run smoothly, and everybody loves living there. So this is the Real Estate Business School, where you get your license and learn to use it. This is the learn to use it part. So when I'm talking about business, build your business is the most misused phrase in all of real estate. I hear it a lot. Build your business, build your business, build your business. I look at the person, I look at the product, I look at what they deliver. It's not about building a business. It's typically a function of marketing. What they're really saying is increase the amount of your business. They're not talking about this. This is a business. The real estate business blueprint. It shows the 6 components of the business and the definition and goal of each. And what we do as an entity, the Real Estate Business School, we teach our customers how to make this mental transition that the school systems put in there, be a good employee, get a good job, how to be a good employer and how to build a good business. I've got one for you. If you'll email me, I'll send you this. You can put it on your wall. And as you accomplish each one of these, you can check them off until you get your business built. So to me, marketing is the number one skill to have. What does that mean? Well, there's a day you receive your real estate license. How will you find someone who wants to buy a house today or sell a house today? And what will you say to them when you find them to convince them to hire you? How do you find them? What do you say? That's a function of marketing. Marketing is the number one skill to have. Okay. Some say sales is the number one skill to have, but I disagree. Why? Well, three reasons. One is because we're a nation of consumers. We don't have to convince people to buy things. Consumer debt right now is at an all-time high, almost $16 trillion in consumer debt among 330 million people. We don't have to convince people to buy stuff. They're buying it like there's no tomorrow. So we've transitioned from a society where the husband worked outside the home and the wife worked inside the home to a society where both husband and wife both work outside the home so they can have more money to buy more stuff. You don't have to sell it, they're trying to buy it. We're a nation of consumers. You don't have to convince people to buy your stuff, to buy stuff. You just have to convince them to buy your stuff. And if you're in real estate, this is really cool. It's not even your stuff. You're actually selling something someone else owns. So that cuts your overhead. So if you think realtors sell houses, no. No realtor has ever sold a house, ever. They should throw away the sold signs. Everybody knows that. What you do is they marketed themselves as a person who helped people buy or sell houses. And if that person wants to sell the house, they would then interview 2 to 3 realtors and choose the one they thought would do the best job. If someone wanted to buy a house, that person would find a realtor to drive them around looking at houses until they found the one they liked. And then they would say to the realtor, stop, I'll take this one. The realtor didn't sell them the house. The buyer chose it. The realtor didn't list the house. The owners chose them to market it for them. So it's not about sales. Marketing is the number one skill to have. So realtors just throw away the sold signs. The sign should say, this home was chosen by the Joneses, because that's what actually happened. Reason number 2, if the marketing is good, that's why reason number 2, why marketing is the number one skill to have. If the marketing is good, sell is easy. Why is this important? Because people don't like salespeople. If the marketing is weak, the sell is hard. If the marketing is good, the sell is easy. So this is why marketing is the number one skill to have, because it makes the sales process easy. The reason number 3 is people hate salespeople. Everybody knows that. Why do you think we have do not call lists and anti-spam laws? Because they don't want to talk to you. We don't want to talk to them. You don't want to talk to salespeople. I don't either. So people don't want to be sold. They're already trying to buy. They want to be educated so they can choose. So given that, what business are we in? Education. No matter what your product or service is, if you don't have an educational component that explains to the consumer, your prospective market, what you do, how you do it, why you do it that way, and the business to them, then the marketing has failed. And I'll tell you how it fails in real estate. They ask you how much your commission is. So if you're on a listing presentation and the seller turns to you and says, nice presentation, how much is your fee? Your marketing has just failed. If your marketing works, you'll never get asked that. The question you'll ask is, where do I sign? So while it's changing at high speed as of today, we still live in a capitalist society. We have an abundance of products and services to choose from, and most of these make our lives easier. They're well built and they last a long time. You don't have to sell anything. All you have to do is position it. Positioning is the number one skill to have. Marketing, positioning, that's the number one skill. So you have to position yourself, and you need to position the homes that you list. If you're a listing agent, I hope you are. You're better off being a listing agent. There's several reasons why. The main reason why is because it's your highest form of leverage, and you can only work one buyer at a time, but you can handle 40, 50 listings simultaneously if you have your systems in order and you've treated your business like a business, which you should be doing. So understand, you have to position yourself and position your listings, because as we covered a few weeks ago, you have this personality profile, D, I, S, and C: dominant, influencing, steady, and conscientious. You also have homes that are D, I, S, C. Homes have personalities, and personalities in homes match. They're looking for a home that matches their lifestyle and their personality, they being these home buyers. And so when you position yourself as however you want to be known as, and then you position the property when you list it. When you list the property, you need to know the night the listing is sold the night it's taken. And that's when you decide who is your prospective market, what type of home is it? Is it a D house, an I house, an S house, or a C house? Because they're totally different houses. So once you understand positioning, then you understand that marketing is the number one skill to have, and there are 4 basic tools every marketing component should employ. The number one tool, so Real Estate Business Blueprint, 6 components, definition and goal of each. Number one skill, marketing. Number one tool, unique marketing position, or UMP. If you want one of these for your wall, email me and I'll send you one. Here's the explanation on the back. You pin it here, and I'll walk you through how to do this. This is being converted to an online format. In the next 90 days, this will all be online. You can access it via subscription. So the definition of marketing here is getting known. What do you want to be known as? What position do you want to occupy in the prospect's mind? How do you position yourself as the obvious choice? How do you get the prospect to contact you? See, the goal to me is to use the law of attraction. And your marketing is so attractive, you become so attractive that they contact you hoping you'll choose them. What are we taught to do when we get into real estate? The old traditional way of marketing. What are we taught day one? Cold call. Well, first work your warm market. Call your brothers and sisters. Call your parents and kids and grandkids, and call every your friends, and call everybody in all your social circles. Make a list of everyone you know, and you announce to them, I got a real estate license. If you want to buy a home or sell your home, I'd be happy if you would let me help represent you. I'll do a great job, and you know me well, and you know what kind of person I am. You know you can trust me with your biggest financial investment. And off you go, and you work your one market, and that's a great idea. And after a while, you're going to run out of warm people to talk to. Well, then you got to talk to strangers. Well, this has upset some people because their parents told them when they were little not to do that. Don't talk to strangers. What? Call strangers? Mm-hmm. What do I say? You'll figure it out. So you have to have a unique marketing position that positions you as the obvious choice. So when you're getting known, the question is, what do you want to be known as? So this is why I say, what business are you in? Because houses have nothing to do with residential real estate. Houses have nothing to do with residential real estate. If they did, it'd only be one floor plan. The reason there's so many is because it's not the house. It's not about the house. So we need to talk to these people, explain in our marketing campaigns, what do we do? How do we do it? Why do we do it that way? And most importantly, what is the benefit to them? Because people are always asking 3 simple questions. What's in it for me? Why should I do business with you? Why should I give you my money? If you don't answer those, they're going to move on to someone who does. So the definition of marketing is getting known. What do you want to be known as? What words will you choose from the 173,000 or so that I've heard are in the English language, and what order will you put them in to compel people to take action? This is the art of marketing. And the goal is the prospect makes contact. So rather than do what your broker says, which was call people and chase them and hope they choose you, you use the marketing techniques and skills, and you design a marketing campaign that educates people. We don't sell them. They don't want to. They don't want to be sold. They want to be educated so they can choose. So we educate them. What do you do? What do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it that way? What's the benefit to your clients? Okay, this is UMP. So the main thing about this, I think, and because I see it all the time, if your marketing looks and sounds and feels like everyone else's marketing, you may be forced into the role of salesman. Look, people hate salespeople. I'll give you a simple exercise. It's called free association. We associate things in our mind with words that we hear. So we hear a word, we'll have a picture of something that's already in our mind that we associate with that word. For example, if I said the word Christmas, what 5 words would you think of? Right. Friends, family, loved ones, trees, decorations, Christmas, lots of great food, too much dessert. Okay, right. So those are words you associate with the word Christmas. You may have some feelings associated with the word Christmas. You know, it's a great time of year. Everyone's in a good mood for the most part. Everyone's happy and everyone's smiling and talking to each other at the stores. It's a great time of year. So we have pictures in our mind and feelings that we associate with words. That's why words are so powerful and need to be carefully chosen. So here's a word. I'm going to say another word. I'm going to ask you just to quickly jot down the first 5 words that pop into your mind that you associate with this word. Okay, so grab a pen real quick. What are the 5 words you associate with this word? So I'm going to say a word, a picture will pop into your mind. I'm going to ask you to describe it. 5 words really fast. Please don't censor the list. If you think it, write it. Ready? Salesman. Go ahead, write them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Now, look at your list, compare it to your Christmas words. Are the words negative or positive? So if they're positive, good, congratulations. You have a good, positive point of view, perspective on salespeople. If they're negative, then you get my point. You don't want to be seen as a salesperson because most people have a negative connotation on them. So this is why it's crucial to have a marketing campaign that does what it's supposed to be doing, which is position you as the obvious choice via your educational campaigns. So if the marketing is weak, you're forced to become a salesperson. So these are the 3 reasons I say marketing is the #1 skill to have. It positions you, it keeps you from appearing to be a salesperson, and it keeps you from becoming a salesperson that people don't like. So the other thing it does is it sets the buying criteria from which all buying decisions are made and allows you to totally dominate your marketplace without competing on price. In the online world, there's so many companies competing on price. It's a race to the bottom. It's probably a race you don't want to win. I mean, how do you go up against a realtor who says, I know you're not supposed to cut quote fees or commissions or fix them or any of that, but typically in the area where I am right now, Central Texas, the typical fee for a residential property is around 6%. So the listing broker gets 3 and they split that with their broker. And the selling agent gets 3 and they split that with their broker. And so everybody in the 4 parties theoretically end up with 1.5, and they pay their expenses and go about their merry way. So some realtors don't understand UMP. They don't have a unique marketing position. They compete on price. So because they can't articulate a point of view or compel people to take action and hire them, they go, look, I'll do it for less. There's some agents that charge a flat fee of $500 and stick the property in MLS. There's no service involved. You can't get a hold of them. It's tough to get in the house. You can't find the lockbox if there is one. And that's some approach to how to do this. Nonetheless, you can avoid this, what I call commissionectomy, if you have a unique marketing position. How do you position yourself in the prospect's mind? Happens to companies all the time. I call it Me Too marketing. The marketing is filled with generalities and platitudes that are unbelievable and irrelevant to the prospect. Things like, we're number one. We're number one in listings. We're number one in sales. We have the best service. So what? Because the prospect, again, is always asking, what's in it for me? You're number one. Where am I on the list? And most people, it just becomes unbelievable. I mean, if you take this marketing position that you're number one and another company says we're number one, then one of you is lying because there's only one number one. So it creates confusion in the marketplace. Confusion is the enemy of marketing. So you want to be clear and concise. What do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it like that? Most importantly, what is the benefit to the customer? Because that's what they're asking. What's in it for me? So once you can articulate that, I think you'll find that people become more attracted to you. And they'll start asking you more about what you do and how you do it. Now you have the opportunity to educate them, just like we do. Real estate's not a career. It's not a job. It's a business. That's why you need a business school. You need 3 types of education: technical, business, financial. Most new realtors don't know that. The wealth in real estate's owning it, not listing it and selling it to someone else. Most realtors don't know that. So what we do is the same thing I'm encouraging you to do. Educate the customer about what they need because they don't know. This is what Deming would say over, W. Edwards Deming would say over and over. Customers don't know what they need. So avoid the generalities and platitudes. Generalities and platitudes are phrases that have been used over and over so many times they've lost their meaning, like good service. Why should I ask your title rep when to come around next time? Would you close with me? Will you close with me? I don't know. Why should I? We have great service. What does that even mean? We have great service. A car dealer once told me I had great service. I had to wait 5 hours to get my oil changed. That's not great service. So you have to be very articulate. It's like an attorney building a case. Facts, figures, statistics. Okay, build the case. Make it real. Okay, because generalities and platitudes, as Claude Hopkins would say, one of the famous marketers, they roll off the human understanding like water off a duck's back. They have no impact whatsoever. So they don't educate the customer, which is the function of marketing, and they don't answer the questions that all prospects have, which are, what's in it for me? Why should I do business with you? Why should I give you my money? Most companies don't answer these questions. So too many businesses have said great service. Too many businesses have failed to deliver good service, and it doesn't educate the customer. Tell them what they're going to get, be, or have when the process is complete. What are your customers going to be? What are they going to have? What are they going to get? What will they be, do, or have when your transaction is complete? This is the marketing. What does good service mean anyway? I don't know. So what business are you in? Education. If your business doesn't have an education component, you're missing a lot of opportunities. So if all things are equal, what criteria do you use to decide what item to purchase? Most people default to price. Look, you're either unique or you're different. There's no in between. You're the same or you're different. If they see you as the same, they're going to default to price. It's called the commissionectomy. How much do you charge? For example, I was in this store. I decided I was going to go buy some sneakers. Well, sneakers have changed. So I go to the store. Well, first thing I did was I Googled them. So I'm online search. That's what I found. Men's shoes, 1,523 choices. Here are all the categories under men's shoes. Look at this. Boots, 533. Work boots, 300. Men's cleats, 232. Men's running shoes, 196. Look at this list. This is how much stuff. You've been to Academy lately? Holy mackerel. Sandals and Crocs, 86 matches. Sneakers, 82 matches. Training shoes, basketball shoes, hiking boots, hunting boots, casual shoes. golf shoes, boat shoes, active shoes, walking shoes, track and field, wrestling shoes, slippers, wrestling shoes? You kidding me? Wrestlers wear shoes, slippers, tennis and court shoes, men's bowling shoes. And there's some more. Boots, women's shoes, back to school shoes, special schools just to go back to school. Cleats, baby, boy shoes, running shoes, girl shoes, basketball shoes, toddler shoes. Holy mackerel. How does someone make a decision without an education? You go to the store, you wander the aisles, nobody shows up. What do? As I said, as of today, we still live in a capitalist society. There are a lot of good companies out there making a lot of good products. They're all built pretty well. They're going to last a pretty long time. I'm down to price. Rubber bottom, canvas top. I'm good. Some have laces, some are Velcroed, some you don't need either one. You just cram your foot in there and take off. So if you want to separate yourself, you got to have a UMP. Okay. So I don't know if you watch TV much, but you see some of these messages. It's an old Madison Avenue formula called create and repeat. I don't know if you, I see it every night. You know, there's this Mike Lindell, My Pillow. I'm like, holy mackerel, please, really, Mike? I bought the pillows. I don't care for them that much. But anyway, I thought, oh, I'll try them. You have balance of nature. You got all these treatments and pills and ointments and lotions and potions, and they create it, they sell over and over and over, and they repeat the ad. They create it and then repeat, 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 repeat. And I don't know if you remember this, but when a rancher wanted to identify his cows and make sure that nobody took them, and to prove ownership, they would stick a piece of iron in the fire that had their initials on it, and they would brand the cow's backside so they could claim they could prove that that was their cow. Well, marketers do that. It's the same thing. That's why it's called branding. They're burning that thing in our brain with that repetition over and over and over and over. You're looking good. I knew you would. Okay. Have a nice pillow. So you can do that, but if you have that kind of budget, you go for it. But if you don't have millions of dollars to spend on these huge marketing campaigns, advertising campaigns, where they repeat the message over and over and over, then you've got to be more targeted. You've got to be more succinct. You've got to have a unique marketing position. Well, again, how do you develop a UMP? What is a UMP? Well, a UMP is a message that elevates, separates, differentiates, and distinguishes you from all your competitors. It positions you in their mind as the obvious choice. It keeps you from competing on price alone. And it leads the prospect to the decision. I'm going to do business with you no matter what you charge. Now, how do you create your UMP? Well, great question. To me, a business has three purposes. One is to give you your life. Two, solve a problem. Three, add value. You've got to add value. To me, just give you my opinion. To me, you got to add value. If you don't add value, nobody wants to talk to you. If you don't add value to your wife, she don't talk to you. If you don't add value to your husband, he don't talk to you. If you don't add value to your kids, they don't talk to you. If you don't add value to your parents, they don't talk to you. If you don't add value to your friends, you don't have anybody to talk to at all. If you don't add value to your customers, they go somewhere else. If you don't add value to your vendors, they find other customers. So it doesn't matter to me whether you're a parent, a child, a vendor, a customer, a friend, or whatever. If you're not adding value, you're not getting on in life. So to me, it's how valuable can I become to other people? And that's what I focus on. What can I do that adds value? Like right now, I mean, I hope this is adding some kind of value, but if you can figure out what it is that makes you special, what it is that you do that no one else does, even if someone else does it and can articulate it, if you can articulate it, then you're different. And so if you're the same, you're competing on price. If you're different, you can charge what you want. You're not competing on price. So to me, it's about solving a problem. And the problem we're trying to solve is the attrition rate in real estate. How do we get people into business? Well, anyone can do that, because the truth is all the free licensing courses are the same. You got the form you fill out, you do it all, you send it to real estate commission. They go, okay, you checked all the boxes, go ahead and teach the course. Great, you got a license, big deal. Wanker, you didn't help them. You got them in the business, you took their money, but what are you going to do now? How are you going to help people make phone calls, position themselves, talk to strangers, build a business, take listings, show property, buy it, invest it, fix it up, sell it, get rich? Best business in the world. So, to me, it's about solving the problem. What problems do buyers have? How do I solve them? That's my UMP. What problem do sellers have selling their homes? How do I solve them? That's my UMP. What problems do realtors have? They don't have a business education. How do I solve it? Business education. What problems do realtors have? If they stop working, their income stops. What can I do? Teach them how to buy residential real estate, which is nice and easy to do. So they have passive income and can stop working. They can actually create massive wealth in 10 years. It doesn't take a lifetime. 10 years. That's all it takes. You don't even have to have any money. So what can we do? How can we solve the problem? Well, first we got to find out what the problem is. So what I did was I made a survey. If you want the survey, email me. I'll send you the survey. This is a survey. Call everyone on your, when you get licensed, you should make of everyone you know, a list of everyone you know, and then contact them about representing them in their real estate transaction, either a purchase or a sale. But what I'd like to suggest is you can ask them if they'll complete this survey. Just call them and say, hey, I got a real estate license. I really want to do a great job. And I just want to, I can ask you a few questions. I'm doing a survey so I can figure out what problems I can solve for my buyers and sellers. Can I ask you a few questions? Yeah. I just need about 5 minutes. Yeah, no problem. I got 5 minutes. You don't have 5 minutes. I'm not your friend anyway. You can do it in 5 minutes. I'll send you the survey. Ask them these questions. Write down the answers. The answers are your unique marketing position. See, our answer, our solution to their problem is how we add the value. All we have to do now is articulate it. We're just going to repeat back to them what they told us. Like, what's your biggest problem with realtors? Well, they don't call back. They don't follow up. They don't show up on time. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I'm making this stuff up. But it's one of those or a combination. And so now you build your unique marketing position and you begin this process of separating and differentiating yourself from all the other realtors. Yeah, that's them over there. That's what they do. They're nice people. They're licensed. I'm sure they probably do a good job, but I do it differently. This is what I do. And you articulate it. Carefully chosen, carefully spoken, clarity of thought, precision of speech, articulate it. What is it you do that elevates, separates, differentiates, and distinguishes you from the pack? I then deliver it. For example, anyway, ask them if they have all these issues, and just remember that at the two sides to a business, I think we've done this before, not tell me, and we'll do it again. This creates the outside perception. So your business has two sides, outside perception, inside systems. They need to match. So whatever you're promising in UMP, you got to do it. I know it's a given, but not today. I don't know about you, but I've seen some of these ads. I'm like, that's a good ad. Let me click on that. And you can't get into the site. You can't complete the purchase. They want you to join their group and you got to create a password. And there's this two-factor authentication. I'm like, I don't want it that bad. I was going to buy the coffee beans, but I already got some. So no, your ad worked, but your systems are terrible. So no thanks. So they have to match. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to give you some examples of some UMPs I used just to close off. These are actually some I've used. This is one I used. There's no substitute for experience. Before you trust your home to anyone, give me 1 hour and you will come to the same conclusion as your neighbors. I'd be an absolute fool to hire anyone else, regardless of their commission. Another one I used was I've been licensed for several years. Last year, we sold 50 homes, each in less than 45 days and within 98% of asking price. Although I can't guarantee there won't be problems, I can guarantee you one thing: I won't be practicing on you. And I tell them, did you know that the attrition rate is 80%? What? Yeah, 8 out of 10 don't make it. So one thing you don't want is a brand new realtor practicing on you, right? No, no, I don't want that. Of course you don't. Here's one I use with good results. I'm a professional negotiator and contract writer specializing in the area of real estate. I'm a professional negotiator and contract writer specializing in the area of real estate. What that means is if you're selling property, I can get you the most amount of money by making the least amount of concessions. And if you're buying, I make sure you pay the least and get the most concessions from the seller. Which one of those would you like to do? For investors, so I don't know if you go to these cocktail parties or dinner things, but I kind of like them. And you're always meeting people. What do they ask you? What do you do? Not who are you, or what have you done good for the world lately? I mean, what is your job? What exactly do you do, young man? What gives you the right to be here? Don't hear that. I started laughing, not out loud, but so I started saying that. I thought, what next time someone asks me that, what could I say? So I dwelt on it for a while. This is what I came up with. The best thing about real estate is that insider trading is legal. So people go, what do you do? The best thing about real estate is insider trading is legal. What that means is we see the best deals first. We have relationships with lenders who want to finance investment properties. We have contractors and stagers who can get them in great shape so they sell at top dollar. So can I ask you a couple of questions? One, have you considered diversifying your portfolio? And two, would you like me to represent you and show you some examples of what I mean? I actually had that memorized at one point. And that gets the conversation going. What do you mean insider trading? Oh, yeah, you'll never have Martha Stewart's problem in my business. Insider trading is legal. We see the best deals first. I'm in a club you're not in. It's called Multiple Listing Service. That's where the deals are. You know what's an MLS? All the stuff that can't get sold. The stuff that won't sell on MLS because it needs fixing up. That's what we do. That's where the deals are. Really? Yeah. Now I'm starting to educate them. I'm not lying either because my last these two deals I'm working on right now, they were in MLS for months, months and months and months, too many months. I loved working for sell by owners. I loved them. First of all, it was an identified source. So when you get through your warm market and you start cold calling people, there's a way to do that. If you want, I'll tell you how. Find a house that's been listed in an area that you would like to represent, buy and sell homes in, or find buyers and sellers for homes in. Whatever area you like. Let's say it's community like I did Great Hills, Oak Forest, Barrington Oaks, and Jester Estates. Those were the four communities that I marketed to, and Long Canyon. Anyway, whenever I found a listing in there, I would call all the neighbors on the street. I would say, hi, my name is Wayne Morgan. I'm a broker. I wonder if you could help me. What can I do for you? Well, a home is listed down the street from you, and marketing is proper. We've generated more qualified buyers than we have homes for. Do you know anyone interested in selling? No. How about you? Have you considered selling? No. Okay, thank you for your time. Enjoy your evening. Click. And I would do that over and over and over and over and over for hours and hours and hours and hours. Simple script. Excuse me, they call him up. Hi, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, hi, it's Wayne Morgan. I'm a broker. I wonder if you could help me. What can I do for you? Well, we just sold a home in your area. In marketing the property, we generate more qualified buyers than we have homes for. Do you know anyone interested in selling? No. How about you, sir? Have you considered selling? Yeah, but think about it. What does this thing sell for? Well, I can check and get back to you on that. Tell you what, I'm going to be in the area tomorrow about 5 o'clock, or would 6 be better? I'll come by and show you the comps. Oh, okay. How about 6? 6 would be great. Over and over and over and over and over. That's how you cold call. You got to have a script. So on this one, I go to these for sale by owners, and they used to have a thing called a newspaper. It's actually paper, and you can look at the back; they'd all be listed there. This is so easy. There's a for sale by owner, their address and everything. So now we have an identified source. They want to sell their house. They're in the paper. Honey, it doesn't get any easier than this. Oh my God, what's so hard? Go talk to them. But you've got to have something to say. You've got to solve the problem. You know what? 90% of the homes that start off for sale by owner eventually list with the broker. I mean, the odds don't get any better. So this is what I said to them. I go, knock on the home. You the person with the home for sale? Yeah. Have you sold it? No. Are you cooperating with brokers? What does that mean? Well, if I have a qualified buyer willing to make you a reasonable offer, would you be willing to cooperate? Yeah, I'll pay you 3%. This is what 99% of them would say. I'll pay you 3%. Good. I don't have to get a 6% listing now. I only need to get the other 3. They're already willing to pay 3. I just got to get the other 3. Well, what's so hard? So now you have to start this educational campaign. Build this relationship. I'm not there to ask for the listing. I'm there to educate them. So the first thing I do is I start this differentiation process. Got this little trifold brochure like this, right? It's a simple little thing. It's got this thing on the front, then you open it, it's got a thing here, then it's got a middle, then it's got this, then it's got the back. It's actually 6 pieces. But I start by saying I'm the only broker in the state that will help you sell your home without a broker. What? They can't believe me, like it takes a minute to register. Then I hand them my brochure. It says full of content rich information. I'll walk you right through it. Here's the flyer. Here's the brochure. This will tell you. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Then I have this. I go through this little spiel with them. So I didn't come by to ask you for your listing. I know you want to do this on your own, but 9 out of 10 do eventually choose a broker. So when you get to that point, if and when you get to that point, all I'm asking is that if I give you all this, would you be willing to interview me before you make a final decision? Yeah, okay, great. Here. Then I would leave. Then I would go back next week, and the 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 next week. Then I would go in and say, can I ask you a few questions? Yeah. Then I have my 22 questions I would ask prior to a listing presentation. Do I have to ask where you got your price? What will you do if the home doesn't sell? Do you have financing available? Just 22 questions. Email me. I'll give you that too. I'll give you whatever you want. Just email me. Make a list. Send it over. But this is what I told them. Then I handed the brochure and I said, this is content rich, full of detailed explanations of how to price, stage, and market your property for top dollar. Then I told them how to do it. Then I gave them the brochure. Then I asked them if I stayed in touch. What did I do? I educated them because that's the business we're in. Pretty soon, they see me as a credible, reliable source who knows what the heck they're talking about. And I would tell them, I said, look, I work with a lot of buyers. Let me tell you what they do. First, I'm going to tell you what they're not going to do. They're not going to do this, okay, because they don't do it. See how I said that 3 times? I'm going to tell you what they're not going to do. They're not going to do this, okay, because they don't do it. They're not going to fly into Austin, rent a car, buy a map, drive strange neighborhoods looking for homes for sale by owner. They're not going to do it. They come through our referral network. We already know they sold their home. Our company sold it in a different state. We're in a referral network. We know their buying criteria. We know how much they can afford, how much they want to pay. We know everything about them. So when they get here, we put all the criteria into MLS, and the MLS system spits out a list of properties that match that criteria. Those are the homes that get shown, and those are the homes that get sold. So by not being listed with the broker, what you've done is very effectively hidden your home from the marketplace. And they'd stop just like that. You wait for them to get the chin off the chest. And just get educated because buyers don't do that. Everybody knows that. Unique marketing position. Real estate business blueprint. It's not a career, it's a business. This is how you build it. Marketing is the number one skill to have. Why? People don't like salespeople. The marketing is good, the sell is easy. The marketing is poor, the sell is hard. People don't want to see you as a salesperson. Yes, it's a sales process, but it's folded on the backside of marketing. You ease into it from here. Once you've educated them and positioned yourself as the obvious choice, now you can begin this process. First one is this. First tool is unique marketing position. What do you say or do that elevates, separates, differentiates, and distinguishes you from everyone else? Because you're either unique or the same. There's nothing in between. You're different or you're the same. If you're the same, you're subject to price pressure. If you're different, get on with the game. That's it. Thank you for today. Wednesdays with Wayne. I hope you found that helpful. You can email us anytime. Email me if you want your business blueprint. Email me if you want your survey. Email me if you have any questions. Email me if you want to say hello or take me to lunch. Brother's got to eat. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9. Thank you.